evening, everyone. My name is Alan Nardi. I'm the chairman of the Springfield Historic Commission at the moment. We have to take a few things out of order only so that we make sure that we have commissioners here for the votes. See what we're still waiting. So we need to start with the roll call first. And just for information, if you don't know already, voting, successful votes are a what's the word?
Needing 4 votes from the commission.
Quorum,
Yeah.
the vote of the quorum of the commission. Not a quorum of the city. That's why we're looking to keep as many commissioners as we can. So I'll start with the roll call. Well, Commissioner Walsh was absent. Commissioner Nestford?
Here.
Commissioner Mercer Zorzi?
Here.
Judith Kroll, Inspector in.
Yes.
Thank you. And Walter is in, thank you virtually, and I am here in person. We do not have any minutes to approve at this point. So we go down that, we go down to Indian Orchard Fire Station project update. Was someone here to give us that update? Please be on the name.
Have a bunch.
That's how we are, and it's many.
Have a bunch of show and tell, like,
Oh, Sean.
you've seen before. So. Also have hard copies of this PDF. Should run out. Say Andrew on ready.
That's right. If we can get your name.
Yes.
Yeah.
My name is Rudolph Hall and I work for Campbell Beat Architects.
I mean, your residential address,
I'm sorry?
residential address.
Well, I live in South Hadley, 14 hours over South Hadley.
My name is Jessica Luker, with the city of Springfield. That's 228 Belmont Avenue.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's for the record.
So the latest is we're still under construction.
So
The building has been repointed totally and washed down. The roof has been redone. And we're in the process of rebuilding the cornice currently. And we just got the approval to replace all the windows. As far as financially. So that's what we're here to present. And in that package. Yeah. This is just a sample of mine. There's more literature in the package I put together of the marble window that we're gonna replace. We're gonna match the style as best we can. And actually we were able to totally take out the weight boxes. So that we can block the surrounding of the opening to the full extent, so we get as much glass as possible. And they make exactly what we say, best as possible. So for colors, this is what we are proposing for the windows, the cornice, and for the entry piece, which you can say that was almost identical, the same matching color that was there. And we're gonna match the mullion style as well with those windows.
So this is the sample.
This is just a sample of the style window. We're actually able to totally salvage the interior trim. I'm not sure how the contractor did that, but there's actually some photos of that. It's beautiful. And I think, yeah, on page 3 there, you can see that dark void that's there, and we're actually managed to salvage that as well. So in a lot of the colors we've definitely trying to keep as best we can to the dark color that it's kind of hard to tell exactly because it's probably been painted over the years so many times, but a lot of the original documents have a lot of the darker trim around the exterior.
Were the windows true divided lights? Were they?
No, these are like false divided lights. Fortunately, there's not too many mullions that are
They're
actually.
existing, divided inside and. Or at least kind of like they appear to look.
Yeah, it's a full pane of glass.
Yeah, we see it.
Yeah.
So the exterior.
So mine's on the exterior of the glass, both inside and out.
It's, yeah.
Yep. We're gonna try and match that existing color inside as well.
Okay.
So you're just looking to, if you okay to move ahead with that.
Is there gonna be any change in the opening?
No,
I think I heard you say you're trying to do a little bit.
yeah, we're trying to duplicate every opening as the best we can. You know, some of the ones in the tower are a little bit trickier, which might require a little bit of a brick trim mold, but other than that, we're gonna get full extent window from MO to MO. So should be great.
Other questions, commissioners?
No, okay.
Walter, any questions from your virtual side?
Nope, I'm good.
No,
No, this is a public hearing, so. So as long as you guys, if you don't have recommendations, then good.
I recommend. Well, my recommendation is that I think you should go forward. You agree?
So. The colors.
Perfect. I'm not driving by, the brick is off clean.
Yes.
I think there's some areas that we'd like to go a little bit further as far as how much we clean. Some of the areas are particularly like exhaust ridden, you know, so like it's really covered thick with some of that, especially in the front of the building, so we have to give it another wash, but otherwise it's pretty remarkable. Already, you know, the restoration, so it's been good.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Continue on. We're gonna go to 11:55, thank you. Yep. And you'll still start below 55 and 80. 11:45, 11:55, the number of addresses.
Yep.
It's gonna use that. Welcome. We had your name and this for the record.
Julian Lenny, and I'm a 4400 Calvert Road, College Park, Maryland.
Excellent. Before you. Give us, hello, your name.
I'm Cheryl Diddy with McCaffrey Interests. Nice to meet you.
The staff knows since the application has been.
Explain that before we go. So I met with them earlier today, so you can disregard the staff note. So we're gonna proceed with this and they're gonna come back in October.
Oh. So the overview, petitioner submitted an environmental review application for the purpose of performing various, which includes.
Various renovations.
Various renovations, which includes replacing 56 wooden windows with Marvin Essential double hung Ultrex fiberglass windows. Light bronze in color, replacing 3 existing doors with similar doors. Utilizing TEIFS synthetic stuff. Siding on the 5th floor addition, installation of heat pumps. With the compressor unit being located on the roof and in the basement. We do have a letter of authorization. Stating that it's Spring
LLC through McCaffrey Interests.
Yes. As the contract purchaser will represent and act as the agent for the Springfield Redevelopment Authority. And as the contract seller, there was application form by the review. For about 35 name for today's meeting. Okay, so give me the floor.
Okay, so this is a shot of our project, which we call the Colonial Building.
Yes.
1155 Main Street. So that first shot you saw was an older photo. Not much has changed. The windows that you see now are replacement wood windows. Many of them are in good shape, which we're excited about. Some of them are not in great shape around the rear of the building. There are some vines growing, things like that. And they're in bad shape. So that's part of the 56 windows that we recommend replacing in kind. And we want something a little bit more durable at this point, but it will look very similar to what you see now. And those windows would be on non-contributing facades. So this is Main Street. This is a primary facade. We don't plan to replace any windows on this facade. We'll replace windows around the sides and the back. So not a lot of significant visibility, non-primary facades. Going to the site plan, so I'll just kind of walk you through the project in general. So on the right-hand side, we call this the Colonial Block 1155 Main Street. On the ground floor, we have retail, and we plan to keep retail, you see in yellow, right up until there's a brown corridor there. That's our back of house corridor. So this retail will face Main Street and go just beyond Crosset Lane to your right and Stockbridge to your left, which is, I think, in the spirit of downtown Springfield, to keep those main facades retail. We do get residential as you move back towards Crosset Lane, Plan North. We are taking advantage of that to have residential, and that's what you see in blue. And those bays are not as conducive for retail, and so we see that.
From here back,
Yep.
both sides.
We
But this
see
is
that.
the vine area in here.
You see that as a good opportunity for retail. I'm sorry, for residential. And then, we are going to use that, and this is not in the scope for tonight, but just to kind of give everyone, sort of a understanding of the project. We do want to use the Stockbridge building where it says lobby, right there. We want to use that as our entrance into this building. And that'll be kind of our lobby, concierge desk,
And then
leasing, amenities, fitness. And then as you come into the building, curving to the right and down, you've got the mail room, the elevators, and then some residential. And our back of house corridor is in brown down to the bottom, right? And that's kind of where the retail and the residential kind of meet. And these are very tricky projects in that as we inherit these buildings, they're primarily retail and office. We're going from retail and office to retail and residential. So that spine, that back of house corridor becomes very critical for our operations. So stairs up to the top in orange, that's one means of egress. Elevators in the middle, and then there's another stair to the left, and that's our second means of egress. As we go to the second floor, go back right there, you see this is all residential on this floor. Now we've got some electrical rooms and things like that. I won't get too detailed into the plans, but essentially all residential on the second floor. Go to the third floor, residential again. There isn't a historic room in white that you see over to the left. All the way over to the fifth floor. That rectangle, that's our colonial hall room. We're going to keep that intact. Kind of a beautiful box, beautiful wainscoting, things like that. All that's going to stay intact. We've consulted with our team, and it's just something we want to keep. We'll turn that into one unit. It's going to be the best unit in the house, probably. So that'll be fun, but we're not going to renovate or change anything in that room. Then if you look up to the top, go back one, on the fifth floor, we have an addition. And we have there's an opportunity for us to have a fifth floor addition, and we want to just carry that beige corridor straight through. So as of today, there's nothing there. It's just roof. What we want to do is add a fifth floor addition. And as you come off those elevators in the middle of the project, right in orange, we just want to continue that corridor down. Those 6 apartments will be set back from the face of the building, 5 to 6 feet in that range. And then we would obviously have a new material. We'd introduce a new material. Keep going, I'll show you.
We'll go back there for a minute. If you look at the floor plan, see the black and white line, yes, that's the footprint, the exterior wall. So that's how far back off the face of the building this addition sits.
Yep, and so these are our elevations. We'll kind of get, I'm jumping a little bit, but that's fine. Go back to those elevations while we're there. Really nothing happening. These are notes pointing out that there is some brickwork that needs to be addressed, and we'll do that. Just pointing up, making sure that the facade is structurally intact, and it's really, the buildings are in great shape. So it's not a whole lot of work that we need to do, but I pointed those notes out. And so this facade, this is your main street facade, is really just light repairs. Next. And then, so you see now on the right, we're adding an entry for loading, and you saw that in our plan. That's kind of the way, there's a gate right there, kind of set back, tastefully done. And that's kind of the way we allow people to load in that back of house corridor. So it could be move-ins, it could be taking trash out, but we don't want to bring too much attention to that. So that fence is set back a little bit. You'll see that in another slide in the 3D shot.
Because of the pedestrian experience we want to create on the retail, it's not fun to walk past an open dock area. So we think decorative gate, the architecture setback at least softens it as you walk by, needless seat.
Next slide. So here's the facade along Stockbridge Street, and that blob that you see to the left, that mass is where the ivy is growing, and that's where our windows are, damaged. Ivy is growing into some of the frames. It's growing, into the sash and so these are the windows that we're suggesting to replace. Okay, and this is on a non-contributing facade. Now, as you look to the right, right when you get down Stockbridge, that all those windows are in great shape. There's no ivy growing. That facade is in great shape. So most or all of the replacement windows are on these secondary facades. Next slide. Again, more of windows that we need to replace. This is in the courtyard between the Stockbridge building and our 1155. Just a ton of ivy growing. Some of the roots are, I don't know, 3-4 inches thick. And so there's this damage. So this is the bulk of that 56 windows that we're suggesting to replace. Next slide. This is, let's see, this is Stockbridge. And then you can see this is the new elevation. You can see our new addition in the background. We are suggesting a material that is going to sort of complement and not contrast, or we want it to fit in with the surroundings. So this is a darker sort of gunmetal gray ephes, something that is not going to compete with the brick. We think the brick is just gorgeous, so we want a material that just doesn't compete, but it does complement in color and scale. Next slide. And this is in the courtyard, and you can see that addition again, and the new replacement windows, in kind, 1/1, double hung windows with the bronze finish. Next slide. And then this is the back, where we have more ivy growth, and we're suggesting those windows to be replaced as well. This is where the addition is. New windows there in place, new additions there. And you see that the new addition is not sticking up above the entire project, actually, it's kind of level with the rest of the project. So it really just, the addition really just kind of fits in. Next slide. This is existing. This is on Crossit Lane. There's a several storefronts on the bottom there where we're going to put the apartments. They're just not conducive for apartment living. It used to be office. We don't feel like someone would want to live in these storefronts. It's also the wood is also single pane. It's weathered. They're in bad shape. So we're suggesting to replace those. To the left, we're removing those windows, which are also in bad shape, and that's where our loading door is going to go. And you can see it's set in several feet. Next slide. And then this is the proposed elevation. You see where our loading door is set in, hopefully. And these buildings are, the alleys are 10 to 12 feet. So there's very little visibility this deep into the alley. New storefronts and doors and windows right there. Those are apartments, and they will have their own terraces that'll sort of look out at the new park that Public Realm is working on. There'll be a park that's coming, but those will be fantastic units. And those storefronts and windows, the profiles are exactly the way they used to be. They're just new replacement storefronts. We're suggesting your typical Conair or YKK storefronts, very thin profiles, same bronze color to match the existing. Next slide. And here's some profiles of those windows. Next slide. Here's a 3D. You can see, that addition, sort of a darker charcoal, gunmetal, just sort of blends in with some of the tones that you see in the front of the building, and the brick. It's a complementary color, and not a competing material. And then these are some of the doors that we will have to replace along the facade. Not many at all, actually. I mean, it's really on Crossit Lane. This 3D image, you can see our gate, and then just set back, you can see the loading door. And we chose Cookson. It's a somewhat decorative roll-up door brand. It's a very clean metal material. It should look very sharp.
You complement the browns that exist around the building.
We'll choose that same color. And then you get questions.
Yes, they do have a question. From what I'm hearing is that you're not removing windows and breaking any. Or keeping them
That's right.
We're actually opening some.
where they are.
That's right.
So sorry.
No words.
Yeah, they're in both parts of the project, the other buildings as well that you'll see in October. We're gonna be putting glass back where somebody filled the holes. It's really important to the interior spaces, especially for retail.
Yes.
So this is a good shot, and it's amazing how our team's able to sort of recreate the entire building. When you see it on the screen like this, it's amazing. But you can see how that gunmetal material for the addition is really playing off of the darker tones on the front of the facade. So we feel confident that this is going to be a very discreet, meaningful addition.
Could you just go back one?
Yep.
So those 8 windows that look like they're being infilled, are they not?
They're already filled.
Yeah, they're already blocked in.
Okay,
Those specifically we won't be doing because that's gonna be the dock area. There are other
Okay.
parts of the building where we have, and we'll identify those as we get further into the design development documents. But that one's gonna be where the core and the elevator and everything.
okay.
we like glass, so it's residential, right? So
Yeah.
we want to put as much in as possible.
So we're gonna, those 8 that we're gonna keep those blocked in. It's just the way the unit lays out.
And it's good, we don't have to block any in, right? So we'll use the existing.
Could you go back one? To 15? Yeah, the indent, the light color there, that's. And over in where the windows are,
This,
that's an interesting choice, I don't see it on anything reflecting the original.
well, that's existing. That's all existing.
You can't really see it right now because the ivy is flush over this.
This is
As
probably
we
your best
put it
view.
down, that's what we're finding. And same with, and we were a little surprised at the sort of L shape. If you go where the red rectangle is on, right? That little white L shape back in there. Yeah, for some reason, that's also a stucco white, off-white stucco.
Yeah, this is,
Not
and
really
the
white.
ivy has completely covered this area. And we'll clean it up, we'll take it off, we have a whole spec on how to do that, it's a whole nother meeting and discussion. But all of that is existing, the only thing that is new on that facade is the addition.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I think it was maybe done post the original building. It doesn't look like it's over brick. But it's turning up to be a stucco material that's used inside the building as well. Yeah,
You know,
that building needs a lot of love
Very
and care on this side.
Walter, any questions?
No questions, thank you. Very thorough.
No questions from me.
Who has told us?
You,
Yeah.
welcome Judy. Commissioner Crowe is also.
Hello.
Good evening.
So,
And then just go to slide 20, I think that's a good shot of the addition again, yeah. And then that's sort of showing some of the units in there. Just a sneak preview of those, which I think will be fantastic. They'll have walkout, terraces, so that they'll be fantastic units.
This beautiful architecture with bows, and we're seeing inside the building in a lot of these bowed areas. They were built out later with little window seats and things like that, so we're gonna be retaining those.
Yeah.
For the units, with a multifamily, it's a lot more forgiving, right? It's. If you're going to be living here, you're really into this type of a living environment anyway, so we're excited about that.
Next slide. Yeah, just one more sheet, and just show some of the colors. Yeah, I think that's the gist of it, really, that addition and treating those walls that have the ivy, removing the ivy, replacing the windows. And then some new replacement windows on Fawcett Lane to make this an adaptive reuse going from office to residential.
so I had one thought for that historically significant larger room. Could be an event.
And then it's something that sort of, yeah,
It's got
it's a cool.
great ceiling height, over 12 feet.
And all the glazing is clear story, so it's real high in space, which is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool space.
That's all we've got.
Okay, so as an environmental review, what can
I'd still put it out for public comment, but you're really making sure that the project does it adversely impact the building and.
No adverse.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, we'll answer that in a moment, go over the public.
Yep.
Any commentary from the public, from what you've seen or heard?
I'm Eric Seymour, with 68 Washington Road here in Springfield, and I think this is fantastic.
Thank you. We're very excited about that.
Yes. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Patricia. I live at 36 Caledon Avenue. Historic buildings are something I love.
And I love what I'm hearing here, I like what you're trying to keep. Yeah, what was there. Thank you, we're very excited about it. We do a lot of this type of work at McCaffrey. And in multiple cities, so it's really nice to come to a new city and then fall in love with, oh, good, this one's gonna be another good one kind of thing, so we're real excited about that.
Anyone else, public? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So bring it back to the commission, anyone can give me, an offer, something we can vote on, or that there is no negative impact as far as we can see. So move,
Yes.
thank you, a second, please.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you very much, that is unanimous.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Thank you for the presentation.
Oh, sure.
You came in from out of town.
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you.
Have a good week.
Absolutely. Thank you, it's great to be here.
See you soon.
Thank you. Good luck.
Be in touch tomorrow.
Yeah.
We just wanted to bring up real fast about the clock.
Yeah, just to answer any questions if anybody has any.
So what you have to fill it in on is, there's some.
There it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
There's-
just like that.
there's been some debate on whether
That's
this
not-
particular property is in a district or not in a district. It's not in a district, so some work has started for restoring the clock tower.
This is not this is an example of the lighting of what it looks like. That, do you have the picture of the
I
actual?
must have grabbed the wrong one. I can bring it up fast.
So
Let me bring it up.
bring it up on Google, there you go. So we have removed, if anybody's driven state we've removed the clock faces now. So it's just blank plywood, that is sort of a exciting moment in time. We do have drone footage of the work being done because guys, let's all get out, who's doing the work. He's just a clock guy, and so we have some great video that we'll share with everybody. The faces are out because we are doing structural rehabilitation inside. The tower has, the green tower, the Verde part has come off of the building and it's moving and the faces broke as a result of this cube moving. We've removed the faces now, the glass faces. We have structural people in there now. And they are cabling and bracing the tower back structurally so it's solid. And then the faces will be replaced. You have pictures of the type of hands. Everything will look like it did originally. So good, there it is. So he'll come back, after it's all stabilized, he'll put the glass in, put the new gear, there's some new gearing, put the new arms on, and we're expecting that to occur sometime in October. So this is going to be up and running by holiday. Right? Yeah, so it'll be nice to see a clock working there when the building's under construction.
Where did you find this clock guy?
The name of the company is All About Time. All he does is clocks. He's the coolest, oddest dude, yeah. So, yeah, we're very pleased. He does a lot of historic clocks. So, and then they will be relit again, like the first photo from the interior. So they'll glow at night. So, yeah, we're excited about that part. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to.
So we're gonna follow with our normal, yep,
So we're gonna go up to,
the continued hearing, so Bobby Main Street.
all right, so we're going to continue hearings. Buckingham Street, building of single family dwelling.
Yep, so
That's been. Was it a request to both on?
yeah, he was caught in Hurricane Aaron and is unable to get back to the country in time for the hearing, so he requested to be continued to September 4th.
Okay, so could I please have someone read and we just continue this and we'll take a vote.
Make a motion that we should continue to vote to September 4th.
Any second, yes. Okay, all those in favor to continue? I start with, I'll do a little roll call, yes. Vanna,
Aye.
Walter,
Yes.
Judy,
Yes.
Marissa,
Yes.
and I am, yes. So that's gonna continue. Okay. We'll go down to 90 Clarendon Street, verbally requested to be withdrawn, is that correct?
Yep, so unless they showed up today, which I don't see them, no one's recognized as earning. So, I guess I would say,
We'll accept, take a vote to accept.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I, again, recess vote, it's a vote, that's a vote.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a vote for you guys here. Works. Walter? Walter, do you agree to accept the
Yes.
withdrawal?
Yes.
Judy,
Yes.
Marissa,
Yes.
myself is yes, and Dana?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Now we're at 102 Thompson Street.
Yes. Just before we started,
Is there anyone here for, oh, this is a request. Okay. The owner is requesting to the Historic Commission of Whitney, California for health issues. And will be for a couple of months here, so he's requesting a 60-day extension. So can we have a motion to that effect, is to accept his request?
Make a motion to continue, accept the request for the 45-day extension.
60,
Oh, sorry, 60 days.
yeah, he
60.
changed it.
Yes.
If he continued to October 2nd.
Second.
Section. All right, Marissa,
Yes.
thank you, Vanna,
Yes.
yes, Walter,
Yes.
and Judy,
Yes.
thank you. Okay, so we'll see you in 60 days. Trying to get it. Really, nobody wants to see it. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to Pine Street. Correct.
Yeah, but Judy, this is the one that you recused yourself from.
E-
at the last-
Yeah. So do you have enough people to vote?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
And this would likely be your last hearing if you have to leave before 6:30.
I didn't hear that clearly.
If you have to leave at 6:30, this is probably.
Yes,
gonna be the last hearing.
I do have to leave at 6:30. How many are left?
A decent amount, but we have a quorum for the rest.
Okay, so I will just head out now, guys, okay?
Thank you very much for
Bye,
coming
Judy.
in.
Oh, no problem. Have a good week, guys.
Good night, Mrs. Kroll.
Good night, Mr. Crowell.
So is there someone here for Pine Street? Please come on, sit down. You give your name and residential address for the record, please.
Usman Sheikh, 33 Watson Hill Drive, Shrewsbury, Massachusetts.
No.
The elevation, but
Petitioner has submitted an application for certificate of appropriateness for the purposes of constructing a duplex. The petitioner is specifically proposing to find an unspecified number of pro finished brick mold, 600 double hung vinyl windows colored black, one gel blend fiberglass door black color, 5 gem vinyl siding, khaki in color, to mimic the fiberboard siding, black Royal Sovereign, purple housing, resistant, asphalt shingles and also compressive conduits, black in color, being located on the rear.
You know, look that up, update, I know you said updated materials, so just let them know if any of that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so, please go ahead, folks, yeah.
Yeah, so basically, we started this project back in January, went through the neighborhood council, I think Judith was there from here also. And we shared our project with them, you know, as to what we're trying to bring, which is a duplex side by side with a garage on each side. And then after that, we went through the city council to get a variance to get that approved, which we did. And basically, we're constructing a three bedroom on each side on the second floor. On the lower level, they have their living area along with the garage to park. And each unit will have a 2.5 bathrooms, they also needed. And initially, the design was a little bit different, like a usual typical duplex, which was looking something like this, and then after I met Andrew, he's made some suggestions as to like. And I looked at the other two duplexes that they recently built on Pine Street, I think the address was like 213 Pine Street. So I went back to the designer and had him design it the way those look. I actually even chose the same exact window model that they were using, which is a Reliable 150 series. I sent Andrew the link for that window also. So this way it can look exactly like the other two duplexes that were recently built. So that would be the window.
Can you pull up the other, you've got deals? Just one right here.
Yeah, right now, throws a little bit out there, but when it does, I will really up. They might. The sensor gets too far away from the computer sometimes, so it doesn't respond very well. Mouse can use it.
Are these the ones in your application?
Yes, so these are the existing ones that were there, the. One right there.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, so we did the same exact porch design, we did the same exact window. We did the vinyl, then we did the wood vinyl on the top part of the house.
It's the same owner?
No,
They were when they were built,
Yes.
and then they were sold.
I recently. So, and the reason why I asked to bring this up is because they may be similar with window type and so forth. But this design has two garage doors in front. So this doesn't.
right, and the reason we had to do that is because we had to offer off-street parking. This lot was narrow and it gets even narrower. Once you pass half of the lot, if you look at the plot plan, so there was no way to bring the cars to the back. Then we had to give off-street parking for each unit. Plus, we wanted to offer, right, this was like an elderly person or somebody with children. In cold winters, they can actually drive right into their own house.
I think the problem for us was that's a very non. Sort of, it's unlike anything else that would have been in this. One of these houses originally.
Like as far as the garage is actually.
Yes.
So if you look at the two houses, both to the right side of my house, they both have garages. This one right here. This is the house, so that's literally to the right side of my house. That's garage and the one after that also has the garage.
And do your also set this far back? It is not.
It's about 20 feet back. I'm not exactly sure how far back that's set. I think it's very close. I don't have the exact dimensions, but it's about 20.
They'll be fresh, so.
See, like the back part of the lot gets even narrower.
On either side of this proposed structure. Where is there anything on either side? In other words, is there something that close up?
It's not here.
No, it's the one right next to the single family house.
So you're for the so
Yeah.
Try typing 246, see if that house.
It's the keyboard. Let's see.
that's. So we're proposing something so much closer to the side. I think I'm seeing. Compared to this next door.
It's 20 feet is what the setback is.
Your proposal,
Yes.
so the house next to it is said that.
I didn't know, I didn't measure.
That doesn't look like it's much further back.
Yeah, it looked really close when we looked at it.
Yeah.
I don't think exactly.
So that's the other.
See, the car parking spaces. Almost,
There you go, that's it.
so that's close to 40 of that. And is there some reason why you haven't set fire?
So the required, like I said, we met the required setback, like I said, the problem is once you get to the back, the lot gets even narrower and narrower. And then we have to leave 5 feet setback on each side of the house also, then we have to meet.
Yeah, what about the rear yard?
The rear too, we met the rear one too, there was a rear setback also, which we had to meet, so we met that, we met the front setback, the insides.
See that? So the rear setback is 30 feet?
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what it was.
That surprised me that the rear setback is
Yeah, I'm not sure.
more than the front setback. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, I understand.
I guess I, for myself, I don't know what the other commissioners are thinking, but I for myself have a problem with the double. So close to the street compared to what's adjacent. I think it's a great idea, the city council thinks it's okay to get some housing here. Perhaps if it's set back further, maybe not so in my face, if you will.
Is there any way to disguise those storms or unless?
Yes, like, I mean, we can change them to any color, we can also try to cover them with vinyl, so it will kind of look like a house, basically. I mean, if you suggest that, we could try to do that.
Well, see that,
You know,
sometimes,
so we can cover them with vinyl, or if it's a color that you want us to blend it in, we're open to that.
We can cover the door in the same vinyl as the
Yes.
siding.
Yes,
So it looks like a continuous.
exactly.
or might have a window in front of them, because.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ranch, yeah. Yeah. Actually, the lot was very challenging, the way the topography was for the land and the way how it kept getting narrower. Like if you look at the actual house too, in the back half on the right side, we actually had to make it narrower than the left side because the map got really narrow.
You can see that it gets,
You know,
any questions, Walter? Questions, comments?
I mean, it would be more beneficial for me if people could speak up a little, because I'm catching most of the conversation, but I know everyone kind of talks softly because you're talking to people across the table, but it does make it a little harder for me to hear everybody.
Basically, what's been said at the moment is, was concerned about the two garage doors on the facade. And the house being very close to the street compared to what's adjacent.
Yeah, I had heard that and I would agree with that.
And then Vanna suggested that, oh, maybe, or there was further discussion, well, maybe the garage doors can be camouflaged as though it was part of the house. Maybe
Right.
with clapboard and a window or something to that effect.
It looks like the minimum required for the rear yard is 25 and they mentioned 30.
Again, we have to leave some space for the bunk entrance and the egress and also the stairs coming up.
You have to be able to get by.
Yeah.
So,
Pretty tough to hold it out.
yeah.
Where are we timelines for the final decision?
Sunday, September 21st is the last day.
September?
Yeah, so we still have 2 meetings left.
We have already opened up.
I don't think we have because last time we didn't hold the hearing.
So we can.
Yeah.
So we don't. Okay, any other commissioner before I open it up to the public? So we'll take public comments for a couple of minutes. Anyone here would like to speak either in favor or against what you've heard and or seen? Gary?
Henry Seymour, 68 Washington Road, and I must be missing something because this does not look like an historic property name.
Anyone else? Yes.
Janae McDonald, 187 Westminster Street. I hear some of the concerns that you mentioned around the garage. But I also think that it sounds like it's very consistent, almost identical with other properties that have been recently developed. And I just think that should be taken into consideration and fairly.
Anyone else? Thank you for your comments. Turning down to the commission. Well, any other commissioners have a motion or thoughts? Well, we can go.
And are we supposed to be voting on whether?
No, we have until September to vote.
We haven't seen any samples of materials,
They're in the packet, we're gonna go through it real fast.
but physical samples.
No physical samples. So if it does sound as if you're gonna go in the direction of continuing, you can request samples be brought in.
Yeah, I would like to see some physical samples of material with it being final.
Yeah, like I said, I tried to see if they had samples at Lowe's because that's where we're getting them. And that's where the other 2 properties got them, but they don't have any samples of vinyl or even the window that they can let us take. The vinyl sheets are like 12 feet long, and they said it in the box, so.
Some old photographs.
Yeah, actually, that's why I sent him a link, so if you open up that link, it has the exact same.
Well, I'd like to hear your thoughts about, the possibility of camouflaging.
I have no problem with that, I can make it
So
the
that's
same,
something you could work on.
yes, I can make it the same color vinyl as the house, so.
So we could, I could accept the motion to continue it a little further to give the petitioner a little more time to work on his design and samples.
I make a motion to continue the matter.
And second,
Second,
thank you, Walter. Anything else you'd like to offer? Okay. So, let's start with, Dana, yes?
Yes.
Thank you. Walter,
yes.
Judy, let's know what Judy's going on. Marissa,
Yes.
and so thank you and hopefully see you again soon.
So you want me to get a plan drawn with vinyl showing on the garage, is that what you're looking for?
I think the idea is to not look at the garage door.
As much as you can make it look like part of a house rather than a garage, the easier it will be for us, for myself at least, to swallow
I think it would be
that. The windows with something in it or vinyl, whatever would make it look more
I
like.
mean, even if you put the windows in the garage, the window's gonna be like really small, right? Because the garage folds as the
And
whole.
it's gonna look
Right, and it's gonna look goofy, I mean, yes, I mean, we can, I think the best thing is we can try to cover them up with planks of vinyl on every board, but this, I think each board is like 18 inches high, so.
Maybe the vinyl pieces.
They are vinyl, but the garage look.
Yeah, I got
So,
on the, right on, but it's can't.
I mean, no matter what you do, it's gonna look a little bit
It's
like.
gonna be an applique, then. Hopefully. Come up with something that everyone can get. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your patience. Okay,
Yes, yep.
if I could get down to new public hearings. 72 Garfield Street, replace windows, it's still somewhere here, none down.
Thank you.
Thank you for your patience.
Hello.
Hello, do you take their names and as residential address?
I'm John Devine. I'm from Vista Home Improvement at 2097 Riverdale Street in West Springfield.
And your residential address?
My residential address is 5 White Street, Southwick, Massachusetts.
Josh Dudek, this home improvement, this address is 82 on Main Street, Chief Mass.
And we are here on behalf of Georgia Thompson at 72 Garfield Street in Springfield, Massachusetts.
We do have a letter of. Authorization, and. It's not signed, but it was emailed to everything. We're going to take a minute and read. The petitioner submitted an application for certificate of hardship for the purposes of replacing 9 wooden windows with Polaris Ultra Weld Select Vinyl White windows. Okay, so
Awesome. So Georgette's having some issues with her current window setup that she has over at the address. We did print out some photos of the originals, but I think we also sent a couple as well. Yes, that one right there. Oh, perfect. That is the inside. So she has a little build out of her home out front. That juts out to the right side. So I can show you guys these, just so you guys can lay the land. So that's the inside of the windows. The challenges she's having is with closing them, locking them, making sure they're secure. So security is a big concern for her in operation. She's also having issues with energy efficiency. That room gets extremely cold. She spends lots of money heating and cooling that space because it's single pane, essentially casement windows that hinge inward, likely original to the house. So she invited us back out to take a look and see what we can do for replacement options for her that match the look of what she has now, the simulated divided light look, but while giving her more of a modern, energy efficient and lockable, secure window. And so that's where our window comes in. As you can see here, we just sent you a brochure, but this is actually a completed project that we've done. I believe this was over in Agawam, Massachusetts, that mimics the windows that we'd be putting in. We would be installing double pane, low E argon gas, white vinyl casement windows with simulated divided lights. So that is going to be very similar to the Marvin window you guys saw earlier.
you have this that you don't know. I do not have it.
Yeah.
This window specifically. Obviously much taller, it's gonna match the height, it's gonna match the width of what you currently see there to a T with custom sizing. So these windows and this window manufacturer makes windows to an 1/8 of an inch accuracy. So each window that you see there will be mimicked, so the amount of numbers, the height, the width, and as close as we can to the glass face as possible.
These are out swinging casements.
These are outswinging casements, correct?
She'll have screen as we're seeing.
The screen will be on the inside of the house, as you can see here. And her operation, so they're locking the typical casement and then these samples that set. And that just cranks out.
Any questions, commissioners? So are we talking only the windows in this jet out?
That is all we were contracted to do by her. Those are the only windows that are concerned. I think the rest of the house's windows were in proper shape and
Will remain as is.
will remain as is, yes.
Walter, any questions?
What windows? I didn't see a current picture of the outside of the house now. What's in the house now? Are they the original wood windows? Are there replacement windows in the house now?
So at the moment, the right side that we were contracted to do is original wood windows. As for the rest of the house, also original wood still, yes. So she had us only quarter out and build for the addition on the right side, the house on the first floor. Whereas the rest of the house would remain the same, which I believe are still originals.
So everything in the house right now is original wood windows.
I believe so, correct, yes.
Walter, I just sent you in your text a photograph of the proposed windows.
Okay.
What are the lifespan of these windows that you're proposing? Guarantee and proposed life?
Absolutely. So we proposed lifetime warranties that come from this manufacturer. This has been around for about 18 years now. Been installing this since we opened in 2008. And the lifespan of the windows is warranting them their entire life. They're PVC virgin vinyl windows, so they're not known for fading, warping, staining. Polaris is out of Youngstown, Ohio. They're one of the oldest window manufacturers in the United States. And we actually partnered with their 51-year engineer there to develop these windows. So if I could give you a good answer, very, 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 very long term.
Is the profile going to match what's there now? You're not going to see more vinyl than what you currently have here? Like, is it the same amount of glazing?
Yeah, so actually, if anything, we're going to be potentially adding just a tiny bit more. So what you're seeing here is all single casements with a mullion in between. So some of the application, because of the distances to make it as tight as possible to keep the glass the same, we're going to be doing a double casement application. So two casements right next to each other,
Yep.
and then they fan open this direction. That's going to reduce the amount of mullions we'll need in between each set, which will as closely mimic that we can here. If we were to do only single casements and have to then keep the mullions in between, then we would be losing glass space with modern vinyl. So that's why we're doing typically mostly double casements, and then I think a single casement or two on the ends to make sure that it fits properly.
You're gonna have the same amount of bays, like we're seeing 6 here.
Correct.
You're gonna- okay.
Yep.
Okay. There's no other discussion at the moment from the commission. This is a public hearing, so I'll open it to the public. If anyone who would like to speak, either in favor or not, 72 Garfield Street. As you've been hearing, the replacement of the windows. Anyone before? Yes.
Tricia Reynolds, 36 Bellevue Avenue. I ride by there and I kind of like the idea that he said that we're gonna see more glass and less vinyl. I like that idea.
Each is like. Thank you. Okay, we're back to the commission for possible motion. Yes.
We can store a photo of the house
Yes.
with these windows in view.
Maybe.
It looks like the trim is white with the windows themselves, but I know that we're only doing these windows, so.
It's about it.
Yeah.
Go back.
Other questions or motion?
I just wondered how, the commission in the past has voted on vinyl replacement for historic woodville windows.
I think the issues were always that the frames or the sash were like nothing.
Right.
And they didn't have the clean of dimension that you were seeing in the sample.
Okay.
That was really the biggest negative that we always found.
Okay.
But in this particular case, it was pretty close to what's there.
Thank you.
Thank you. Walter, any other questions or a motion?
I had one other question on the windows themselves. I see the grid, so are the mullions, external?
Yes, so the grids on the windows, they are simulated divided lights, so much like the gentleman who was up here earlier. There's a shadow bar that goes in between the two glass panes, because they're true double pane glass. There's a shadow bar that goes in between them, and then the grids are on the exterior, both inside and out to match.
Okay, so there will be an external mullion grid on the outside of the window.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any motion?
I move that we accept the application. And propose.
Are we accepting it as a hardship?
It's under
Yeah,
hardship.
that's what they qualify it or categorized it as. I didn't know the mission was.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Okay, Melissa,
Yes.
Walter,
Yes.
Dana?
Yes.
Yes, so we'll carry it.
Thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
For bringing in some.
Yeah, no problem. Georgia would be very happy.
Very helpful. Okay, we're gonna move on to 36 Bellevue Avenue. Also replaced on the windows. This one. Office.
John, I'm here. Sit a little bit more center if you want.
Okay. Yes, I have windows as well. And it's really nice.
So can you go back where Reynolds stations go down?
Yeah, the official.
This is an overview of the petitioner submitted.
Just see.
Petitioner submitted application for certificates of appropriateness. For the purpose, correct?
Purpose.
Appropriateness.
Appropriate, well, I think you checked both.
I did appropriateness and hardship.
Yeah,
Okay, I just wondered why I see that.
yeah.
For the purpose of replacing 38 double hung single pane wood windows with 38 double hung triple pane. North wind free vinyl windows, desert, sand and color. With assorted grid patterns as provided in the window specification document. So go ahead and talk to us about it with ordinance.
So our plan, as outlined, you can see the windows are in this repair, all of them are. The hardship portion is that it takes about $1,800 a month to heat, starting in October. Going all the way up to March. At least March, just to heat the house, and a lot of it, we did have an energy assessment. I don't know why they came out to look at it now, but they did say that we were losing a lot of our heat through the windows.
And when we purchased the house in 2006, it was in complete disrepair. We put a new roof on, we had to go inside, the windows, the toilets had leaked, we did, I don't know, $120,000 worth of repairs on the inside. So that's why so long coming to you now, because then you have to save up. And of course, putting in those special windows, you see have the six on window bathroom, please. There's the six, 2, 4, 8, excuse me, panes on the top. And then they have a single on the bottom. They have that. Some of them have storm windows like those do, but most of them do not. And then on top, you have the diamond shape, and we want to replace those as well because it looks like this is my second, our second historic home. Our first one was on 70 Goldman Street, and you know what you're buying when you buy these things, and so you've just tried to adhere to. If you go down a little bit more and then turn around, you'll get a better view. You tell me, there you go, now let me get closer to it. So all of those windows, we had the roof put on again because a tree fell on our house, and then yeah, and you know, if it's not a rain storm, insurance doesn't cover. Anyway, but luckily it was, but we had to put on a new chimney, which we're waiting to paint because we're going to paint. I did not submit the original color of the original pictures of the house.
I have it.
No, you have it. Oh. I missed it. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now, what you're looking at is a white house with a red slate roof. And I'm told that the trim was not black as you're looking at, but because it was black and white, but the trim was red. And so the house was red and white, is what I'm told, with the brown doors. Anyway, that's what they did when they built the house. So, and eventually we'll try to put that portrait back together as well. But for now, we're at the windows, and all 39 windows we'd like to replace. Not the ones on the top part there, not on the dormers, but just the ones really just around the main portion of the house. And try to get it done before late November. Early. Try to get it done. They tell me they on everything holy that they will have those windows as wide to the trim as they are right now. And I will not be losing any windows. I like my windows, so that's one of the reasons why I bought the house, because when he bought the house, I make it a home. But anyway, that's the reason why. That's the reason why I love the house, is because of all of the windows. Not only the heat, but love the windows.
Have you seen both of them?
The company has been before you.
Yes, this is green color, if you remember it, they were on Oxford. I believe, and
Was it stucco house?
yeah, the stucco, I forget what the other one was, I'll find it.
You know, I did pull up the north wing 3 window.
Okay.
North wing 3 window. This happens to be white, you're proposing sand.
Same, yeah,
Sand.
to get it a darker color.
So Walter, if you do pull it up online, you can see the sash size and so on.
Yeah, these two houses here came before us this year. 6 Oxford recently and 50 Riverview, so if you remember them, I think we went into the Riverview. And you can bring up the certificate to confirm that that was the same window.
So the buttons and these windows now on the outside of the box, they're in between the box, so it's the difference.
Yep, that's cool. Yeah, I'll bring it up to make sure.
Okay.
Clarifying that, just to make certain
The cross pieces.
oh, yeah. There, yeah.
Some people call it weird.
Yes, yeah, so
Real word.
it's much, it really is.
Not sure why.
I'll remember that every time I clean them until they get changed, they are a pain.
So I believe this was the same window approval. Not when.
And exterior mounts. So in that project, they had the exterior. Grid.
Where feasible, you know. And then we bring up the Oxford one because that one's a little bit different.
And what color are the new windows gonna be?
Doesn't stand.
Which was the same color as
Okay.
Oxford and Riverview.
Yep, I heard same windows. I just didn't hear same color. Thank you.
It's a
Appreciate it.
beige. Right?
A very dark side of the beige.
So exterior mullions again.
And that's why I actually have asked the painters who are going to paint our house if in fact they could be painted while on, and they said they could be. So I might change my mind and make them black, I don't know, but I certainly, beige is the colors that they come in right now.
You asked them about whether or not the lights can be external, the outside of the glass.
They cannot, because of the something that they told me they could. I do remember that. I do recall asking.
So in this residence,
Is it because of the triple thing?
and then it's exterior.
That's triple painted as the exterior.
Yeah, that may be why.
If I recall correctly, they said they would be able to do the triple panes on the upper sash, but they can't do it on the lower sash because of how the window comes down. That's what I.
You do it on the upper side.
Yeah, not so low or something.
Does everything cost more than money? And there's that.
But these would all be upper, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they're all,
All the designs are up.
all the stone windows will be gone.
Once, yes, they don't work anymore. Some of them are flapping. So, I know my neighbors are gonna be really happy.
Okay, any other questions, Commission, and I'll bring it to the public. Okay, so this is a public hearing. Open it up for a few minutes to the public for their commentaries. Yes, please.
All right, Seymour, 68 Washington Road, and I just want to say that I approve of the project.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, please.
Jenny McDonald, 187 Westminster Street. I also approve of the project. Seems like we did excellent homework and they're familiar with what comes with a historic home, and that should be supported.
Thank you. Anyone else? Thank you very much. I'll be back to the commission. Any comments on and or motions? Use the window.
What is your impression of it?
I think my very first impression was that I thought they were exterior mountains because of the angle cutting thing.
Yeah.
They don't appear to be internal.
Then when you pull it up, you can see.
Only when you pull it up that you can see.
Yeah.
But only when you pull up the section,
Mhm.
you would not know
Right.
if you didn't see the edge of the glass. And I think that's the reason why we're okay with what we see. Walter, your thoughts?
I would tend to agree.
Okay. So I'm open to a motion from one of the commissioners.
We're excited, aren't we?
Hope it's,
I
hope it's
move
any of the good looking male commissioners.
I move that we, support the petition as presented.
Okay, we have a second,
Second,
yeah, I'll start the vote with myself, yes. Walter,
Yes.
thank you, Marissa,
yes.
thank you, and Dana,
Yes.
thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate the committee. Absolutely. All right, we're moving on down to 152 Sumner Avenue, please. Is anyone here for 152 Sumner Avenue? You know, that please state your name and your residential address for the record.
Jeremy Orlis, 152 Sumner Avenue.
So,
Alexander Ellis, 52 Sumner Avenue. And his father.
right, I'll just read an overview. Petitioner has submitted an application for certificate of appropriateness for the purpose of installing 18 solar powered panels onto the south front side of the roof, with the utility equipment being placed on the north rear side of the building, and the conduit to be installed in an unknown location, the time this document being written. Okay, so let's need more at this time.
Yeah, so. Yeah, we want to install these solar panels. Just like anybody would want cheaper bill, lower cost. Hearing all the different people out there, I really do think it's important to serve. Also, that's what we're trying to do by having the solar panels. More or less try to be outside as much as possible. We've been told that I believe the meter will have to be in the front instead of I believe right now it's in the basement basement. So we'll have to.
We're told by the electric company.
Yeah, they'll have to be outside in order to accommodate the solar panels. But all that being said, I do think, we will try to, hide it as much as we can. Shrubbery and all types of other things that we can.
It's a gorgeous program.
Yes.
When you say the meter, you mean all the switching mechanisms and everything, or just the meter?
The meter.
And all that other stuff would be on that?
That's all, energy gonna be outside.
The apparently, I guess the meter and some equipment will have to be out on the outside, to be close to
The line.
the line, the electrical lines, apparently.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay,
That was the switching mechanism, all the other doodads, they,
Okay, yeah.
that the solar panels get connected to and then to the meter.
Okay.
The idea is they get turned off.
Right.
You got a problem.
So the contractor submitted a plan showing the equipment in the back. And then even confirmed that the conduit would be running down the rear extending here. So I'm not sure if anything has changed since these photos were submitted
No.
earlier in the week.
Yeah, that changed.
So. This conduit has to go to the place where all those mechanisms are. So they're gonna run the conduit through the basement, all the way to the front of it?
Yes.
Through the basement.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Okay,
So it's like a lot of extra money.
Do you have a location on the front of the house that it's going to be?
The location, it should be on the right side.
Yes.
So, leave the other side. Yeah, the other side, towards the front.
Turning up.
Yeah.
And is it on the front facade or is it on the side?
That's the side.
Okay.
Yeah, so, okay, so it'll be on the left. Yeah,
As you're looking at it,
to the left, yeah.
Oops.
you're looking for December maybe?
Yeah, October, December 2000.
Without the leaves.
But, yeah. So, yeah, it'll be more so in the front where the tree, that little tree is.
Right there.
Where the little tree is,
The
What is that?
Yeah.
Right side.
over to the right?
Yeah.
No.
like here.
Yeah, around there in the corner.
It looks in that photo like there's already a heater in it. Anyone else see that?
I think that's a little skylight or a little light in the basement.
You know, on the right of the tree.
That's the, I think that's the gas use.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, they're not showing us what's gonna be out there.
Position but not
The plans that were submitted showed it in the back, so this is,
Right,
this is a change. From what was
but I
submitted.
mean, it seems like the homeowner was more than fine with wanting to put this, all this equipment in the back. Instead of the front of something relatively significant. On somewhere else. So, and it seems very unfair that the electric company is making you move everything. Which makes no sense whatsoever as far as I'm concerned. And the reason is that I think this. It's because they do not walk up to your meter to read the meter. They drive by your home with a truck that reads the meter digitally through the air. Right. So they don't need the meter to be on the front. I think.
The right side, tell you on the right side.
I understand,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
pushing you to do something that you don't so want to do, if you want it originally, put it in the back. So you're not seeing all this equipment and everything in front of the radiant's house. So, you know, for me, I would say drag the electric company and tell me why, face to face. Why does it have to be in the front of these people's house?
Okay.
And if it's a code issue, then we'll go to Boston and change it. Because I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah, this is a beautiful historic,
Yeah.
to put a big. Ugly box in front of it on Sumner, it's just so sad.
Well, the hardest part for me is that there's nothing that shows us what's gonna be on the front.
Right. How big it is.
I look for the picture of the equipment or whatnot, I can't find it.
No.
No, they want the picture to show what you're gonna put.
Yeah.
And I'm also surprised that the solar company is not giving it to you. Sending you on your off, prepare it for yourself.
Me, that.
Any questions, Walter? Comments?
So I didn't hear anything about where the conduit's gonna run?
Well, originally the conduit was supposed to run to the back of the house, and that's where the original. All the switching mechanisms were gonna be in the back. But apparently the electric company is telling them they cannot do that, and it'll be on the front, but there's nothing. In the application to show us what it is that they're suggesting will sit on the front facade of the house.
Would it be possible, Commissioner, if, I mean, what was proposed in here shows something that would be appropriate? What you are verbally telling us now is that they're not allowing you to do that, correct?
I wouldn't say not allowing, but they said should do something with that. They should.
So you don't have anything in writing from them or any direct?
Nah. Maybe like an email, but we have to look.
So if we could vote on what you approved here, but then you could not do anything else. So they couldn't put it on the front because we wouldn't have approved that,
Okay.
all right? If we approve your application, it is only for the back.
Okay.
Which you could take to them and say. And do it.
Yeah.
The historic commission approved it as it was presented to us.
Okay.
And then if it changed, you would have to.
Have to come back.
Yeah.
Okay, right, okay, I see.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Makes some sense.
Not sure.
That's all we have.
Yes, sir. Devious.
All right, so if there's no other comments for the moment, this is a public hearing, so I'm gonna open up to the public. Is there anyone who would like to speak regarding 152 Sumner Avenue?
I'd like to just jump in here because I'm an owner of a solar company, so I can kind of help put this together a little bit to help these guys out. Because I know obviously you're representing yourself, and there's a little bit of nuance here with the whole kind of situation too. Basically, from what I can understand, and I know Trinity, I know these guys, etc., but the utility is going to make you take any meter that's in the basement and pull it outside for any solar project in Massachusetts. It's unfortunate, it's annoying, it is what it is. We have to deal with it all the time. It's very expensive and costly. You have to get them involved, which is also a big kind of annoying thing. I think the meter, from obviously not knowing where everything's located, but it sounds like the interior meter is maybe in the basement in this corner.
Yeah.
What they're probably going to do is pull the meter outside. I would honestly feel that they wouldn't want to put it here. They'd probably want to put it here because it's probably right under the basement, and they would just poke it up through, probably put the meter there. The meter is your standard like electrical meter. Then there is, and I don't know if this is Trinity's intention, but there is the ability for the meter to go here, and if they can run like a flex through the basement, they can potentially put the equipment on the back. Sometimes it's possible, sometimes it's not. It's kind of based on your master electrician and your electrical engineer to kind of work that out, but that is a possibility. They might have solves for that. Again, I don't want to speak for plans that I don't know a lot about, but
Thank you, thank you for that.
yeah,
I appreciate it.
yeah, and I know these things can be tricky.
So it is possible.
It is possible. It is possible.
And Trinity generally submits plans that they can do, so, they very. Yeah,
Trinity's.
Okay, anyone else? would
Really
like-
send their representatives.
they have in the past, I don't know why, they didn't send one this time.
Yeah.
Anyone else would like to speak regarding this particular property? Bring it back to the commission. So, I think Commissioner Nescor's idea about perhaps voting on the application as presented is a good, but I'll make everyone remember that the application does not speak to moving the meter.
Right.
So if the meter has to be moved, then you have to come back to that particular issue.
Could we also continue the matter so you can find that information out and get back to us?
Yeah.
That might be the easiest here.
How much time do we have for that?
This was September 22nd.
Oh, so we have time. Do the building judgments. So I'd be open to a motion to continue to our next meeting, give them the opportunity to hash out details.
So,
But I think you've heard our positives and our negatives. So moved.
Second,
Okay, Walter, any discussion? Walter, can you hear me?
yes, I can.
Okay, any further discussion?
No.
We're voting to continue the motion to the next meeting.
Understood.
Okay, thank you, Walter. Anna?
Approved.
Yes. Larry is yes, and Marissa?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for the.
Thank you so much.
Okay. We're gonna move to 189 Bay Street. Someone move to that property?
We're not doing 90.
Installation of solar panels.
That is
Did we-
one volt. Yeah, we next 180.
Oh, 94,000 next.
94.7.
What did I say?
There's another one right next to it, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we have 3 in a row.
Yeah. Technically, also Team Sunshine with different custom.
So what are we doing?
We're doing 94,000.
94 times. Yeah. Oh, of course, I remember a little bit.
It's okay.
My first mistake. I did wrong. Application. Petitioner submit an application for certificate of appropriateness for the purposes of installing 30 solar panels onto the roof. Petitioner submitted pictures of a neighboring building with a garage on the side, as well as pictures of nearby buildings and the vinyl siding, including. What's one? House with the building equipment being placed onto the north side towards the front of the building, and the conduit also being installed on the north side of the building. The meter will be relocated from the inside of the house to the exterior of the house. So I'll let you take the floor and talk this.
Yep, Benjamin Carroll, 46 Whitney Avenue in Framingham. And we have a lovely, or
Excellent. Melissa Berankis, 94 Thompson Street, Springfield.
Thank you.
And I'm one of the owners of Team Sunshine. I also hold the construction supervisor license for the company. Have a pretty straightforward and beautiful little solar system. Obviously, we're kind of looking at helping to make these homes, more durable, more efficient, etc. And it's pretty straightforward as far as the solar system. As discussed in the last project, same idea. The utility is always going to make us move the meter from the basement outside. That's just a standard meter, and this is
We went into depth with with Eversource and the lead project manager and asking why we had to move it out because so we didn't choose to put it in the basement. It was there. So we have to pay an exorbitant fee to move it out. And then with placement of the meter as well, the other side has the gas meter. Then we have the sewer line. So we're like, where are we gonna put this? I'm like, I don't want it in front of the house. I don't want it to look ugly. So we went back and forth with the electric company and yes. So we did get approval to interconnect and move everything, but
that was a little bit of a game with solar. There's just a lot of administration that has to happen, the administrative aspect with the utility and with towns, etc. But I think it came together really nice. It's going to produce quite a bit of power as well, which is nice.
I have that and on the lot, I have the double, it's actually one big lot now, it's like the half acre. But for some reason, when it comes up on the original plan.
So meters, as we're looking at the house, what side will that meter be on?
It's on the driveway, that's the, that's where they were proposing to put it, because the other side is the gas line that comes in. And right now, to interconnect it, the line comes basically in the basement, right in the center, basically under the front door. So they said we have to cut the trench the line across into that area, and I'm like, well, you guys just planted, the city just gave me those beautiful trees. I'm like, don't mess with my trees. So it would have to be some in this driveway area.
Pretty standard side of the house, driveway type of meter. So
Just it back that far
um,
between the two windows, or is it up front? Where that window is.
it would most likely be between the 2 meters there unless there's enough space. A little bit of this is game time decision with the utility when they actually come to, basically we shut the power off, but here you are looking at, so sure.
In other words, how far can you push it back?
You can push it back to where they allow you to, so it's probably gonna be just to the either left of that window as long as we have enough space, or just to the right of that window.
Someplace where he's got the.
With a little.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at, meter and what else?
Yeah, so it's actually kind of, it used to be a lot more equipment. It's kind of been synthesized. Solar's kind of evolved quite a bit over the last couple of decades, but it's the meter, which is their equipment. Obviously, the utility companies, your standard meter, and then you have what's essentially like a combiner box. It's basically the inverter. It's a solar edge inverter. It's about 19 inches by 15 inches. It's kind of like a big binder. Right there. Yep, in the set there should be one, and then there's a standard disconnect as well.
There's a as well.
Yep. Go back to one more right there. So that's, yep, right here. This is the inverter, and then you're gonna have a small disconnect, which is about half the size of this. It's about
And how
10
big is the
inches.
inverter?
It's about 18 inches by 12 inches. They're not that big.
So it's gotten a lot smaller.
It's gotten a lot smaller. You know, just probably a little bit smaller than this as far as some profiles of 8 inches deep. So it's definitely become a lot more compact. A lot of the kind of what was in the old inverters is up under the panels now with the optimizers, so they were able to shrink it because the equipment kind of got distributed under the panels.
Okay.
And the conduit.
Conduit, we're running as much as we can through the attic space, and then it pokes down and comes down, and we always will kind of try to pull it down through a line in the house. So like the trim itself, it would be a few inches off that trim, and then it kind of blends all together as well.
It will be painted to match to the.
So typically, yeah. Yep. Which we kind of have to do after the inspection, but they come. Want to make sure that's done before.
Hey, Mr. Chair,
Questions, Walter?
I just wanted to feedback for the petitioner. Anything can't be what you might do. We can only vote on what you're going to do. So whatever you present is what we approve, and whatever we approve is what you can do. So if you can paint it, then that's
Yeah.
great. If you can't, or you're not sure, then that'll be important too.
I don't want it to stick out.
Yeah.
He said he can paint it, but after the inspection.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, I'm just saying, he just suggested that in certain cases, we can only look at what we have in front of us on this house. So that's all.
Got it.
All right, so I'll bring it up to the public. Is there anyone, this is a public hearing, is there anyone who'd like to speak regarding this property? 94 Thompson Street. One. Then bring it back to the commission. Open to any other information request or motion.
I believe on our most recent solar application, we asked them to put it as far back from the road as possible, right? And we wrote that in the certificate.
Which we can also do.
Yeah, I think as if you can get it as far back as possible, that's preferred.
And they got it almost to the back of the house.
Then the utility in this area is already working.
So then it didn't show there.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just the trenching and making sure that, you know, they can get it through on this application, because I liked it as far as back as possible too. It's just to make, as long as it doesn't interfere with any of the other, like, I don't think it's gonna interfere with anything on that side. The sewer lines or anything like that coming in.
Let's see, oil fill on this side.
Yeah, yep.
So they're gonna be careful.
Right. Yeah. I know, so.
All right, so would somebody like to fashion a motion to include that?
I move to approve the petition, that the, the, what do you want to call it now?
Equipment.
The equipment be moved as far back on the house as possible. And that it will be painted to match the, whatever it's. So it's true, gotcha, yep.
You have a second,
Second.
making use. Any other comments before I take a vote? Start with Marissa,
Yes.
Walter,
Yes.
Marty says, Vanna,
Yes.
thank you. And if you did, you know you're gonna come back and say.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you. Come see us for you.
Wish of the picture of my bushes trailing. Oh.
We'll talk to you.
I know, right? Come on, Google. Thank you.
That'll be in the picture. I'll be ready. I'll be. Okay. We are on to 189.
Yes.
189, Bay Street Foods installation of solar panels. Is there someone here who would like to speak? Oh, you're here.
Yeah, it's me again.
Okay.
Margarita Santiago.
Petitioner submitted an application for certificate of appropriateness. To install 11 solar panels on the roof, must include the utility equipment being placed on the west side towards the front. of The building and conduit also be installed along the west side of the building. The meter will be relocated from the inside of the house to the exterior of the house. And please go ahead and do this.
Yep, another pretty straightforward project. You can see on this one, the utility meter is kind of offset off of Bay Street. To the back of the house here, and much smaller design, you know, kind of using the dormers and whatnot were the most productive roof planes, and you know, homeowner just desires to pay a little bit less on the electricity bill. But pretty straightforward as well. All the conduit's going to run through the attic, and then it pokes down right here. Comes out and then straight down to the meter, and it's going to pick up same idea. It's the same exact equipment too. So, yeah, the meter, combiner box, and the disconnect right next to each other.
Do we have a Bay Street view?
Sure do. Let's see, so this is the Bay Street here. And then there's the parking gauge. So, well, it's on the back, it's still visible from the street. I think it's gonna be in this area here, where the meter.
Yep.
Something is already is.
Exactly. Yeah. It's kind of an old housing of a meter, but that's a meter right there.
All the conduits can run inside, you're not gonna see it on the inside.
Right, and then it pokes out and then down on the stucco, because there's no way to run it inside the stucco, and then right to the meter, or right next to the meter where the combiner box is.
Will you paint it to match the stucco?
That is, I believe, the intention of the homeowner. It's not in our scope. It's probably that'll probably be an outside contractor, but obviously if that's something that you guys desire. Yeah. And always with these, again, that you have the gutter there, like with our exactly with our installers, we're always gonna try to come off with something that's straight and top to bottom, and you know, if she paints it the color of the stucco, it should be pretty. Should morph into the house pretty good.
Walter, questions?
Nope, no questions. I'll just echo the words of Commissioner Walsh that always says the goal is minimum visibility.
Okay. All right, so this is also a public hearing. I'll open it to the public and anyone would like to speak regarding this property from 89 Bay Street. No one? Bring it back to the commission. I'll open for motions.
So I move that the petition be accepted with requirement that it be painted to match. The conduit be painted to match the stucco color
And run along the
and run along
gutter side.
gutter line.
Second,
Second,
any further discussion? Take a vote. Marty votes yes. Walter,
yes.
Marissa,
Yes.
and Diana. Thank you very much.
Awesome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
The comments.
Of course.
Nice. Thrilled to say that we are going to hear 187 West Minster Street, installation of new doors.
Yes, Janae McDonald, 187 Westminster Street. Yeah.
The petitioner submitted an application for certificate of appropriateness. Nope, yeah, certificate of non-applicability. For the,
That should be appropriateness.
Oh,
I did it.
okay.
Yeah,
say again,
I think it should be appropriateness because if it was not applicability, I would have been able to.
Oh, right.
Yes.
new appropriateness. For the purpose of replacing the existing wooden door, that's presumably a new wooden door manufactured by Feather Legal Doors. That is of the same material, however, is of a different design and outward appearance thereof. So let's just do something.
Yes, so I just wanna say that, while I love my historic home. And I've admired the neighborhood that I lived in, or I live in now. I did not know I was getting myself into when I purchased my home. I'm fortunate that many of the things, cause I bought like a flip house, you know, sort of say. A realtor purchased a home and was able to sell it to me for more than 3 times of what they paid for it. And they did a lot of beautiful things to the home. Kept a lot of its charm and the molding and things like that inside. They replaced the windows, they were able to replace the back door. I don't know if they came to you for that because it's not in view of the street. But there were some things they didn't do, which was the front door, and I will have to do my porch, I think, very soon, or maybe I get a few years for that. But it seems to be deteriorating. The bottom, I should have attached this picture as well, but I took like a picture, just an example of like the corners are doing that, the bottom, at the top, I can see sunlight, there's air coming through. It's already pretty expensive, which that was my first shocker to live in my historic home. The amount of my gas bill had increased. And my concern is like, you know, rodents getting in, it is a larger older home, so I know that's something that happens with living in these type of homes. And my other concern is like security as well, that they can just easily be kind of pried open. Because there's so much gaps between the top, the bottom, and all it is like one deadbolt lock. Keeping it together. So the doors that I purchased had to be special ordered. This is actually my second time doing it because the first time they sent the wrong dimensions, which would have required a change in size or even like the framing, which the person who's gonna install them did let me know that like that, of course, is not okay because now that is a change in size or type. So these are fairly similar with the difference in the other ones are clear glass or not even glass, they're more like fiberglass. And those have a decorative glass, and I did see other homes in the neighborhood that have similar decorative glass. It's wood. I know they took 6 weeks to make because it had to be done to the specifications of, I guess those doors aren't like a traditional double door sign. So that was another piece of it. But just here looking for approval, for some reason, I'm glad that I did come before you all and I had an opportunity to learn and hear and, you know, kind of how all this works, because I just thought because I wasn't really changing the doors, I was just replacing them with other doors that didn't have to come here. But I reached out to Walter and he encouraged me to go through this process, so here I am.
So, are we looking at the proposed doors?
Yes, they're still in the wrapping and the packaging.
Nice.
And they're solid wood doors.
Yes, to my knowledge, yes.
You already own these stores.
Yes.
And what is the era of the house? It's so cute.
Thank you, I love it.
I think it's just adorable. Well, it's big, so
It's-
it might be
right.
a lot. It is because of all of the little stuff that. Work.
Is the glass in the proposed door? Is
1890.
the design of the proposed door? That whole design is glass, it's not something that applied to the glass.
No,
That is. Glass, that would-
yes,
So it's
yes, I'm
stained
pretty
glass.
sure, I believe so, it's in the, I should have probably brought the person that. The contractor that helped order the door, but also from what I can see through like the plastic wrap, it doesn't look like it's like something you buy in like a peel and stick type of thing.
Yeah, it's
No, no,
not
no.
that, it's
No.
really the glass.
Yes,
So it's an 1890s house, that was when it was built.
yes.
Do we see the front elevation? I mean, the elevation. And what color will the door be once it's installed?
They're a navy blue now, I'm either going to paint them tan, or I was thinking maybe black, but I think tan just to keep it consistent with the rest of the house. And the look that it is now.
So the
Makes
same
sense.
color as
Yes,
they are.
yeah. Yeah, cause I mean, even if I kept it, I mean, like, it wouldn't look right, nothing else on the house is navy blue, and then if I wanna do black, like nothing on the house is black, so. I think this, the tan.
That like to. Any questions, Walter?
No questions here. Looks good.
Thank you.
And I like the color blend.
Okay, this is a public hearing, so I'm gonna look to the public, anyone. The public, would like to make commentary regarding this door proposal.
Larry Seymour, 68 Washington Road, and I would just like to say that I approve.
Thank you, Harry. Anyone else? Close the public hearing, bring it back to the commission.
We have wrecking comment.
Hmm?
We have wrecking comment.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's been a scramble for me to get through.
Jingle.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, sure, what's true?
Yeah.
You put that 1890 plaque on my house.
For commissioners, it's been requested to replace the double front doors with new front doors with glass inserts. The glass inserts have been designed popularly by Frank Lloyd Wright for the prairie style home of the mid 1900s. Similar request to replace front doors was made on February 2025. He only realized that good quality storm doors and some maintenance was far superior to replacement. Below is the letter I wrote. The commission on February 1st, 25, with the same reasoning, historic architectural features should not be replaced with new materials and design not keeping with the historic district. So these strong, the strong doors over the front of the existing. The existing.
Oh, okay. Hmm,
I mean, just to distinguish this application from Jim's, so you guys have, something to compare. That applicant was, if you remember, actually it was withdrawn before it even made it. They were proposing to take double doors and make it a single door, and it was gonna have two panels on the side. And I don't know if, what was said is accurately portraying what is being presented. It does seem as if it's the same material.
Right. Well, what's being portrayed is something very different than what was.
Yeah, yeah. Now we're the parents, so just like triggers.
I think that, my struggle is that this is the glass
mhm.
is very different era in your house. It's a very, it's 1920s.
Okay,
1920s, and your house is an 1890 house, so
yes.
they don't go together.
So I just wanna look up this house on Thompson Street, that's the closest one I can think of. That comes to mind, maybe we can look up the era of that one.
So, just for your information.
And they have very similar doors to the ones that I'm proposing, yes, I'm sorry,
I've seen, as an architect, I've seen. People taking that glass out of the proposed door. Saving it, putting clear glass in place of the glass that was in the door. And then
okay,
they hung the glass on the inside because it was no longer part of the door. So you
okay,
got to see the stained glass effect inside. Then they moved it to the living room because they liked it as a partition between the living room and the dining room. So they actually got to keep the glass and just replace the glass with clear glass in the door.
oh. That is an idea, because I do have another set of doors behind that inside the house.
Right, where you can replace.
Yes,
That there and get the effect of what you're looking.
Yeah,
I just
look inside.
yes. So I do appreciate that perspective, I do just wanna try to find this property really quickly.
Even when I got something, it was.
Yes, it is, the corner of Thompson and St. James Ave.
That up here.
It's 135, I believe.
Is it this one?
And that might be an old, cause it's black and gray now. Nope, it's on that side,
Over there,
oh no, you were right, I'm sorry, my geography was, my sense of directions was.
This one.
Nope, the one across the street, right there, this one. What
so it's a
area?
Victorian, can you get in closer to the glass, maybe?
Let me move up the street a little bit.
Yeah,
Looks like it's frosted.
yeah, it looks like frosted ones.
That means
It's frosted leaded, but clear, it's not, it doesn't have the little.
Yeah.
And that's from 1887.
Art Deco kind of look to the three little strips on there, which I adore, it's just. Doesn't match your house.
So is that something that would have had to come before the commission? I mean, cause those are like the doors that came with that.
I don't.
I don't know. if it came, I may not have been on the commission when it did. But I don't remember the stuff.
Then there's several others that maybe I should have.
But it's not the fact that the glass is there, it's the
Design.
it's the design
Mhm.
is very distinctive
Okay,
to the twenties and as opposed to a Victorian, which would have been different.
okay.
And the clear glass idea would solve that.
Okay.
Is it that you want the not to be able to see in the door or?
Yes, but I mean, I guess if I were to replace the glass on the second set of doors that are more inside of the house,
Right.
it would still give that impact, right? Where like now you can't see fully into the home. Because right now I have these happy blinds up and I just don't think it looks good.
Yeah.
Yes,
that glass is not see-through.
Right.
And so having that on your interior set of doors, it's
Yeah, but then I also kind of like the idea of being able to open that second set of doors, have my first set closed and just the extra sunlight and sometimes during the warmer months.
Yes.
But now I won't be able to do that because then you'll be able to just see right into my house now. So, okay. I guess the compromise here is, yeah, so is it like the shape of the design because it's the
You see
square?
the tiny little long line?
Yes.
That
They're in 1920s.
Yeah,
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's the design, the integral design throughout the glass,
right.
that's giving us
So
trouble.
all those long pieces and the little pieces, very Art Deco. Very,
Okay.
and it's a period that's just pops out at anybody who sees it, right?
Mm,
So you have this beautiful gingerbread Victorian house, and you have a 1920 window on your door. So the two kind of
clash.
are, don't look historic. So the whole point is that from the outside, when you look at that, oh, this is an 1890s house. It's a beautiful Victorian, right?
Okay.
That would work. The wood doors, they look lovely.
Okay, so the compromise would be to replace the glass.
You could do that if you own them already.
Yeah.
If you did that, well, it would be with clear glass.
You just take it out and replace it with a clear insulated glass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could you replace it with a frosted one, or is that not?
Sorry?
If you could replace it with a frosted glass, so then your visibility issue doesn't.
You could.
Just, it would just be, like the little square ones that were in the other one.
Yeah.
They're frosted, I guess, or they're just not, you can't see through that.
Yes.
If you look at those, you
Yeah,
can
you don't
see through those. Right. Because they're kind of pebbly or something. I'm not sure. But they look less like a whole different design style than the ones. And did you pick up on that? Did you pick those glasses up?
I did, and maybe I should have did a little more in depth. I just felt I'm like, oh, that looks like
That's so pretty. I know. I know the style, but
it's like it's right.
It's a little out of focus. Here's your design. See it?
Yes.
And it's in a building. That was built 1920.
Oh, okay.
That's the
you
reason.
see, it all goes together.
Now I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even with the rest of the
Yeah.
architecture, now that makes sense there. Okay.
It's almost a them.
Mhm.
I only know because I was a member of that.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So it's the beautiful idea to replace the doors with the full wood doors and to respect the historic nature. But you need to be able to have that continued 1890 Victorian look. So are you willing to amend the application?
Yeah, because I think that's gonna be less troublesome and probably less expensive than having to send them back. And then I don't know if the manufacturer, because they already decided to eat the cost of the difference. These doors cost more than the first set of doors. And because the measure, yes, so they decided to absorb the difference in the cost. I don't know if they're gonna do that again.
No, but my guess is the size of the glass is pretty close to the size of the glass on the inside doors. Because they're gonna duplicate the same type of thing.
Yes.
All right, so what I'm hearing is that the petitioner is amending the request to include the doors that he's showing us in lieu of the glass that's in the photograph with split insulated glass.
Update your application. And you also said that you were gonna paint the door in.
To match the other.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I did say pink, but I can write it.
Yeah, if you could just say that you're going to make the glass clear and that so you can.
Do you want me to just?
You can write it in wherever there's space.
Okay, so any other further discussion before I open for a possible motion? Okay. So I'll be open to motions as to vote, the motion as we just heard amended.
Move to accept the application as amended.
We have a second.
Second,
Thank you, Walter. Okay, I'll take a vote. Dan? Approved. Now Larry is yes, Walter,
yes.
and Marissa?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
And I hope you don't get any more surprises.
Right.
Right, thank you, have a good evening.
Okay, 123 Bay Street.
Yes. This particular application has been withdrawn.
Do we need to vote to accept that withdrawal?
You can just normalize it.
And we have now a motion to accept that withdrawal.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you. All in favor?
I,
And I saw him earlier, I don't know if he's here.
Did we have two applications for the same address?
There's two Bay Streets.
Oh, okay.
So this one was continued from last time because we were gonna bring in product examples.
Yeah.
And I saw him earlier, I don't know where he went to, so I'll do one more sweep of the building. This area of the building, but we have until Friday, September 19th, so we have two more hits, so.
So are we looking at? Yeah, this one. So.
We're gonna be hot dogs, I think it's so everyone's waiting to shop at
There it was. Well, it's not yet 8 o'clock.
I do not see him, so if you all recall from last meeting, for those who. I think I'll stand on Walter, the commissioners were allowed to stop by and check Bay Street. I think he said no one stopped by, so I can arrange another site visit. And if you'd like, it was basically to look at the windows and doors that were there, so maybe I'll formally arrange something tomorrow. And then we'll continue it for September 4th and reconvene then.
So do I have a motion to do just that? Yes, from Anna. Do we have a second?
Second.
Melissa, thank you. All those in favor?
I,
The next street.
There's one here regarding 4, 5, and 9 Lloyd Street, a motion of the commercial building. Thank you, I'm sorry, Rob, it's not.
My name is Jeff Casey, 13 Fairage Lane, Westfield, Massachusetts.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yep. Here representing Bar Belmont, and the building that we're here presenting to you used to be the All American Sports Bar, I believe it was called. Had a fire in December. Fire ended up was in the kitchen area, caused the roof to collapse in the middle of the building. Parts of the wall have collapsed. In this picture, you can see that homeless people have tried to move into the building. We've since boarded it up. We provided other photos that in that mess there were needles and other things. So we're asking for an exemption from the demo delay so we can try and take the building down as soon as possible to eliminate safety concern and also clean it up for the city and make it look better.
Questions, Walter, comments?
Did George Washington ever sleep here?
Not that I'm aware of, and it's not on the historic register.
Okay, I just gotta ask.
Ask that, I said, you haven't tried living in there or anything, have you, Walter?
We'll pick that up.
Okay, so this is not a public hearing.
I don't know how we do demo delays, are they holiday or big deal public?
Did anyone in the public would like to make a comment, please do? No one has. So commissioners, can I have a
Move to approve
motion
the request.
to allow the motion to continue?
So moved.
So moved.
Second,
Second, then Walter. Okay, Mary is yes, Walter,
yes.
Marissa,
Yes.
and Anna.
Yes.
Yes, and thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, no problem. Thank you. Have a great night.
We know each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
We have the,
So we have nothing else other than public speak out.
Step off my agenda,
What do we got?
we have the bottom of the agenda, yeah, we definitely have the street lights. And I had administrative updates and formal, I think we did, we did one of them. We did one of them, I lost that agenda.
There's fire station. You already did, Forest Park Rights letter of supporting
Oh,
street lighting.
Yep.
Administrative update form.
Yeah, so street lights. I did not get a chance to really look at this, I apologize, it's been frantic trying to recoup from vacation. And or set up this meeting and then do next meeting, so I did not get a chance to look at it, but I at least got it out to you guys. So you can look over it. And I think, Harry, you said this was like the first draft anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's brilliant as it is, but
Hey, someone's got to say so.
yeah, there you go.
If it's not too much of a trouble, or too much trouble, if we could maybe address it formally at the next meeting when we have. Everyone hopefully here.
I think it's overwritten. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
so they're asking us to send this,
Yeah, it'd be from the commission.
don't see why not. Sort of within our mandate, right?
I don't see why not, do support letters for other things,
Yeah.
No.
Then you wanna wait.
but yeah, I don't know, it's up to the commission, but if you wanna have, Benny and Judy look at it as well. I believe there was no, it's not time sensitive area, is that correct?
Not yet, no,
Not yet.
I mean, I'm collecting, support letters from other organizations right now. It's like maybe September 9th.
Yeah, so we can address it next meeting and then I can get it out on the 5th or something.
We're ready for some, but
Okay.
All right.
and administrative update.
Yeah,
What was this? Updates.
it's an update of, one non-applicability to 205 St. James Street. If you remember them from last meeting, they did submit an application for this tennis, so I got that out. Basically, they had replaced the, or they started replacing the steps with like pressure treated wood. And so, they ended up kind of extracting an idea and gonna try to restore it to what it was. They're gonna do the black pipe ropes. So, that's that. And then 3 letters of support, one for Hotel Stonehaven, Newport Terrace Apartments in the Rainville. Basically just updating the dates and sending out the letter again. So that's all I have for updates.
Welcome back. How was your vacation?
It was good. It was, it goes too fast. And then I came back and it was like a whirlwind this week between this meeting and, getting next meeting in place too, which is a fairly long agenda as well, so. Well, I'm hoping that we can whittle down some of these continued hearings that have gone on. It's just been an unfortunate series of events for some people that just continue them going through.
Okay. So there's no one else to speak out, so at least we'll pass that on.
Forum call.
And a forum call. For the next meeting.
August, so.
Not August, but you're talking
Sorry.
September.
Yeah, September 4th, and so you can see where some of the things got through.
It's September 4th, you said?
I believe so, yes. Make sure that's the first Thursday.
Can I give you,
Yeah, it's in the calendar.
I may be late, so.
Okay.
I might be here at 6.
Okay,
I will try to be here as soon as I can.
okay. And Walter, you said you're good?
Yep, I'm good.
Yeah, Marissa?
I'm a tentative, I have a work conflict, but I'll see if I can.
And,
Are they working on you?
okay. Yeah, so I'm thinking of the Pine Street application specifically, so, maybe I'll put that lower on the agenda, so that way then you can get here, it might be a late start if we just have 4 anyways.
I will try to.
Yeah.
Rearrange, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I could do it in one hand, but I could
Yeah, no, I'll keep it at 5:30 still, and just let everyone know that we have a commissioner anyway, I expect Vinny and. If Judy's there, then we want a warrant for that country application, so.
And I hope you will keep us abreast of your continuing to talk.
Yes,
We all worry about you.
thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it is a continuing start.
Yeah.
So now we're just looking for the motion proof.
Oh,
So moved.
second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioner Walter.
Walter.